It is an interesting question, isn't it? When we're unwilling to meet our fear or our upset or our anger, we project. And that's one way. The negativity is one way that we project to avoid what's here, to avoid feeling what's here, to avoid being with what's here. And sometimes it's a habitual way of being, you know. We might have grown up in a family that has negative self-talk, but even that stems from something that's not being met. The inability, for whatever reason, to be with upset or fear, usually of the unknown, you know, some unknown consequence. So it's a way that the mind places limits and boundaries, supposedly to keep us safe. Because that's really what it is, you know. If we think that we have that negative way of speaking to ourselves, it's putting limits on. It could be about love and relationships, it could be about work, it could be about performance, it could be anything at all. And so it stops us stepping out of a comfort zone for fear of that we may be hurt in love, we may be let down in work, you know, we may be humiliated, whatever it is, but it's this fear of something. Or as we spoke of downstairs, we've had something happen in the past and it's the fear of, again, and that being projected into the future. There's always the fear of. And so then it might be directed outwardly. So it might be negativity towards somebody or something. And again, it's the same. Because rather than meeting what's here, it's easier to dump or blame or offload. I mean, it's not really easier, but this habit, isn't it? You know, it's like this habit, until people are willing to actually explore and experience the truth that it is easy to meet whatever's here. That's unknown. We don't know that. We haven't been taught that. And so then it gets projected out onto others. You will do this and you won't do that and this will happen and this might happen. But it's the same, it's that fear, that what if. So it's either trying to keep, if you're the one doing it, yourself in that safe parameter, or to keep somebody else in a safe parameter. And then there's that other kind of negativity, which is, the word that's coming up is like slanderous. So it's not necessarily about keeping everything safe and manageable. Safe. It's not about keeping everything safe. Manageable, maybe. Controlled, maybe. But that kind of negativity that gets spread. We see it in the news, we see it in the media, we see it in different groups and organisations, you know, definitely in politics, and you know, this kind of negativity. But really it comes back again and again to not being willing to meet what's here. So instead, this kind of negative blanket gets spread everywhere else. So it's useful to see, if somebody says to you, oh, you're very negative, or that's negative, rather than, batting it back and dismissing, you can check if that were true. If that were true, what might it? You give the mind a bit of respite here. If that were true, what might it be? Or you can just be straight. Well, if I'm being negative, what is it covering? And you can check. What really is that? What is it pushing away? What is it that I don't want to hear or know or feel or explore or discover?